Hello, my name is Eduardo and I am here with another tutorial for App Inventor, and today we will be making this thing that it's very simple. This is a very simple game that it's like a smashing cockroach or something. Okay, well, as you can see here we have like this kind of a nest of cockroaches, okay, or I don't know, maybe a spawner. And you have the cockroach, and then you have to touch the cockroach, and when you touch the cockroach a new one goes out. Okay, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple to make it, but well, let's start with the tutorial for App Inventor. Well, before we start with the tutorial, please you can help me. Okay, you can check my page, my Patreon page. Okay, well, as you know, I am trying to make more videos. Okay, I am trying to work like full time with this YouTube thing. Okay, but I need a little support. But anyway, so let's start with the tutorial. Okay, the first thing, okay, if we check this app, okay, we are going to create here a new screen to make everything again. Okay, so let's see, screen number 2. And then we have here our new project. Well, first of all, we need some graphics. Okay, so I recommend you use Inkscape or GIMP. Okay, so you can edit the image in Inkscape or in GIMP. Okay, and I think it's a very good idea. So I'm going to start with the whole process. Okay, so well, let's get some a very interesting image. I don't know, it is cockroach, or how do you say cockroach in English? Oh yeah, thank you Google. Well, we have here some cockroach images. Oh, yummy, right? Well, let's pick this one. I guess this looks okay, and now we need to work the image in GIMP or in Inkscape. Well, we copy the image, and I guess we're going to go here to GIMP, and I want to use also Inkscape to show you some things, but let's start with GIMP first to prepare the image for our character, our cockroach. You know, I hate cockroaches. Well, I don't hate them. I'm scared of them. Just let me wait for this. I remember once I was a child and I tried to smack one. Okay, it was on the wall, and suddenly the cockroach flied. And it was very impressive for me because I didn't know that. Okay, but well. Anyway, so we open GIMP, and then we are going to paste the image. Okay, so paste, and that's it. Now the first thing that you need to think about it is to we're going to remove this part. Okay, so we're going to crop this area. Okay, so first let's crop it like that. Maybe this part, it's not so necessary. Sorry, friends. And then we are going to rotate this cockroach. This is the first thing that I want to explain you, okay, before we continue with the video, and for that I will use Inkscape. As you know, I like to work with Inkscape just to sometimes to make like prototypes for my apps or something like that, if you want to call it like that. Okay, so let's maximize this thing. So let's suppose we have our screen. Okay, let's give some color to this. So imagine that this is my screen. Let's set some values for this. Okay, and that's it. Imagine that this is my screen. Then you have your cockroach. So I will use this one. Don't worry about this. Something that is very important, or something that you have to keep in mind if you are going to use sprites, it is like the heading. Okay, this kind of where is your character or your object facing. Okay, so when you start in App Inventor, the 0, okay, it is like the heading, the default value. Okay, so the default value for this thing, it has to be in 0, it has to be facing the right side of the screen. Okay, so if I want to say that what is my initial position for the Cucaracha, you have to set it in your while you are editing the image, so it has to be like this. This is the 0. And you maybe you have you might be thinking why, because if you don't do it like that, okay, App Inventor it's going to think that, for example, that your image, this is 0, okay, it is facing like this, and when you rotate it or change the heading of the image and then change the speed, okay, maybe it's facing this part, but it will be like running like this, okay, or then it will rotate, and instead of running here, it will be like running like that. Okay, so that's the first thing that I recommend. First, you have to edit your image, and your initial position has to be facing the right side of the screen, something like that. Okay, well, this is the first concept that we need to keep in mind. Okay, always facing the right side. The right side, yeah, sounds like another thing. Okay, not the dark side. Well, let's go now with sorry if I am not like talking very loud, because it is here like 5 in the morning. Family, they are sleeping. Okay, so that's why. Well, now we are going to rotate this thing. Okay, we go here to image. I don't know if it's here. Rotate. So we can use this one. And then you just move your Cucaracha, your lovely Cucaracha, to this. Rotate. That's it. Pretty nice, right? Now we have to make it transparent. You can, if you're lazy, like me sometimes, you can use this magic wand. And if you have a very good image, very nice quality, you just press Shift to add more areas of this. Okay, and then you just press delete. Okay, so just be careful because sometimes it is not selecting this part. Okay, so let's say select nothing. Okay, let's scale it a little bit, because we have to change other things also. So we're going to use this one, Shift, maybe some shadows that we need to remove. That's it. I guess that's okay. So then we press delete, or here in Spanish is suprimir, and more or less, not perfect, not perfect, not perfect, but well, select nothing, and it looks this ugly yellow thing, okay, that I don't like, but I guess for the purpose of the game it's okay. Or maybe you can feather it a little bit, and then you maybe you just delete this thing, select nothing, and it looks better, and that's it. I guess that's okay. Nothing. Maybe we can add a background just to check if everything is okay. We fill it with black. Well, not my best thing that I had made. We can also here draw a little bit the selection, but it's going to cut some areas of the Cucaracha. So, or also you can make a manual selection if you have time. You can use here this kind of tool, okay, and and then you can select it little by little, or this one that I like it a lot, as to create a path. Okay, but right now we are going to make it just very simple. So now, well, second thing, the first thing that I show you, okay, it was this thing about facing the right. Second thing that I recommend for you to have at least decent graphics, it is to use certain kind of proportion. Okay, if you check my video, I have a video about good practices in App Inventor, please check it. You will see why, okay, or what are the recommended settings. But really fast, if we're going to create an image of a cockroach or anything, okay, we have to use here, we will use these values. For example, talking about pixels, maybe it is like a rectangle, it is 512, maybe let's see, how does this thing look? I guess it's okay, or maybe here 206 this one, that's it. Okay, this is a good thing or good value, and we need to fit our cockroach in this thing. In Inkscape it's really fast, it's really easy. You just center this thing and then you just make like a mask or something. But let's make it in Inkscape. Yeah, I mean in GIMP. Remember this value, 256 and 128. If you check, this is 2 times the 128. Okay, so just keep in mind this thing. Okay, so the width, it is the double of the height, because we're going to use these values while we scale this thing in App Inventor. Well, now we need to prepare this thing. We need to check the size, and let's say it was like 256, 128. Ooh, very small. Now we will have a big cockroach. Well, now we just scale this little friend. We use M to move, and we check that it's like fitting. We use here, no. Let's scale it more. Here, I guess it's better to see it better. I just Ctrl Z because I made a mistake. Scale, M, move, position. It doesn't matter about the legs a lot, because actually it's really fast. Then you just can make sure your cockroach is well rotated. Okay, I guess it's okay. Then we can scale it a little bit. A little bit for here, a little bit, not a lot, just to make it look a little bit better. Okay, but this is our image. It looks okay for the game, I guess. Okay, so well, we have this value and we are going to export this. I want to keep this file. I'm going to save just the original file. Let's in Spanish is Cucaracha, so Cuca. Okay, that's the name for this beautiful thing, Cuca, and we saved Cuca. Now we have Cuca. Okay, there are other things that you can make, but I will explain you why I just saved this file. Now let's go here. We have the image, and then we need another image. If we smash the cockroach, maybe we need something like to show that we killed our friend. Maybe we can duplicate this layer, and maybe we can say that we smash it a little bit, our little friend, something fast. Okay, so let's make here a quick mask. Here maybe we smash it. It's like with some kind of creamy think maybe something like this, or maybe we can fill it in a new layer. Fill, or maybe we can add here, let's add here shift, quick, and I am using the same size if you check. Okay, so that's why I didn't make another graphic. Okay, because I have to use the same values, because this second image, it will substitute the original Cucaracha. We haven't exported this, don't worry, because we have it in layers, so it saves our information. Okay, and then we are going to fill it. That's it. Okay, maybe we can add some pieces of this guy, or we can cut it like this. Sorry, Cuca. Okay, then we're going to move it. I'm not sure if you can just move this. No, we're going to Control X, select nothing, Control B, paste, and then we just rotate it a little bit. Weak. We move it with M. And then we need maybe some kind of distortion for Cuca. Okay, maybe we can distort Cuca with iWarp just a little bit. Okay, maybe we just move this part, but we increase the radius, and that's it. Sorry, friend. We make it in one part smaller. Ooh. Oh, that was dramatic. Let's remove this thing. Sorry. Again, just a little. And in the other part, we make it bigger. We move it. A little distort. Ooh, ugly. Sorry. So let's try it again. So maybe here, this part, it has to be bigger. And then we move it. Move it. Ooh. This one we'll remove a little bit. We move it. Smaller angle. I mean radius. That's it. I guess it's okay. We do the same for this guy. Let's watch this thing like that. Okay, and we grow it a little bit. And that's it. Cocky is that. Okay, here we can add something else. Maybe some lights. Double click and select brush. Maybe we just project the transparency of this thing. And that's it. And we just remove this thing, the protection. And maybe we just use the finger to make it whack. And maybe we can add a little like shadow. I'm not sure if it will look okay, but well, drop shadow, I guess looks okay, maybe just a little bit here, and we have the first graphic. Okay, well, let's export first the killed Cucaracha. Let's export it, and then we go here to use Blender. No. Excuse maker, I guess it was here. App Inventor. Let's create a folder and let's call it Smash Me or something like that. And we add here dead Cuca, and we export as a PNG just to have these values. Okay, I mean, well, that's it. Cuca is there, and maybe something a little bit green. Oh, sorry, it's here. Just to make it more dramatic. Sorry, I just tried to make another thing, and maybe we can add a word that says smash. Maybe we change the font to EVO, or maybe another color. What about green? Smash. Oh, but it's smashed. And then we rotate this. I don't know. Do you think? So green or maybe red? I guess it's okay. So we rotate this friend. Maybe we add a little distort. Sorry that if I am taking too much here. This part, maybe you say, well, I want to watch an App Inventor video, no, or Gameboard thing video, but I guess this helps you, okay, to have more ideas about how to develop your apps. So, because this concept, this kind of game is pretty common in Play Store, so maybe you need to have a special thing, something that make it different. Here, smash, something like that. And this one here, I guess that's okay. Not perfect, but okay. Well, now let's go to let's go to export again. This thing, you just overwrite, export, and that's it. Now we need the original Cucaracha. We hide these layers. Oh, sorry, and sorry. And this is the original one. We export as living Cuca, well, something like that. Let's call it Cuca. Cuca, no, just Cuca, please. Export, and that's it. Well, we're ready to go to App Inventor. Almost. Now we have Cuca. For example, if I just select Cuca, just to show you another thing. Oh, sorry, here. Let's suppose we have Cuca. Yes, I just copy this thing and paste it here. So we have Cuca. It is facing the right. This is the original position that we need. Okay. Now there is another thing that it's important to know. Okay, you have your Cuca here. Let's suppose that this is just Cuca. It is an image, and this image, it is using these values. Okay, it is inside here. Now you have like an origin, okay, or like the original position for the coordinates. For example, App Inventor is like checking if you check here in another tutorials, the 0 position, you have to how do you call these things? I forgot. Axis. Okay, you have the X and the Y. Well, it is important to remember, okay, it is important to remember that you have this axis that is X, and you have this one that is Y, X. Now 0, it is here for Y and for X. That means that when you go or you move to the right, values get bigger, and when you go down, values get bigger. But if you go the opposite, okay, so if you have here like 400, maybe here in the middle it is 200 for Y. Okay, so values increase in Y, going down, in X, going right. Okay, so and the original position is 0 here. Now our graphic, it has an origin. Okay, for example, here in Inkscape, you have this is the origin in the center, but in App Inventor, it's not like that. In App Inventor, it is like here. This is the origin. Okay, so your image has this origin. Oh, sorry, the mouse. Well, so this is important because now, when you move, let's suppose that you have here the position. This is. If I want to place my image in, well, let's imagine that, let's just move this thing and let's just group this thing just to show you, okay? So don't pay attention because the cockroach is bigger. Now here, this is the 0 position for the cockroach, but if you don't think about this, it is not here, the 0 position, because App Inventor reads this part, okay, this corner, the upper left corner. Okay, so well, so this is the 0 position. Okay, so this is important, okay, just to know how to place your image. Okay, so if we are in the center, we want to center the cockroach in 0, 0, this is 0, 0, maybe in the middle of the screen. Okay, it is something like this. Okay, because this is the point, okay, to place your images. Okay, we can adjust these things. Okay, I will show you. Oh, cockroach. Okay, well, so now with this thing, so these simple concepts, let's start going to App Inventor. App Inventor, where are you? Oh, goodbye, friends. Well, that's it. That's it. Here we have a beautiful ad. Okay, please get a car. Oh, sorry. Well, we have this and we are ready to work. Well, the first thing, we are going to work in Canvas, drawing an animation here. In your components section, I'm going to draw in an animation and we're going to take a canvas. Canvas, it is for all these kind of animation or things or games. Then we need a graphic. First, the canvas, we are going to set it like this here. Going to the properties of the canvas, we're going to fill parent, and we're going to use fill parent. We're going to use as much as possible from the screen. Now we need an image sprite. Image sprite for the cockroach, and also we need another image sprite that I forgot, but well, so this is going, we are going to call it here. You select it and then you call it, rename, you call it Cucaracha Sprite. It sounds like a soda, right? Cucaracha Sprite. It's really cool. Now we need another graphic. Remember that I showed you the video, it was like from the app. It is like something that they are like coming out from. Okay, maybe it's like a sewer or something like that. Okay, well, maybe we need another sprite here. and we're going to call it, oh, I like that, maybe like in Minecraft, spawner or something. Spawner Cucaracha sprite. That's it. Well, I guess yes. And then, as I told you, maybe we need this thing. Okay, I don't know the naming. Sewer. How do you call this? Tapa. Cap. Nah. Well, let's check what can we find. If I found something, maybe I can use this thing. This is the one I am just cover or sewer cover. What do you think, guys? Which one do you like? Oh, this looks very cool. We don't need it to be very big. I like this one too. Sanitary sewer. I guess that's okay, but I don't know if it looks okay. This looks more natural. Sewer. Maybe this one. It's a little bit distorted. Yeah, maybe we can use this one. Sewer cover. Yeah, why not? We copy this thing, and well, I will show you now how to do this thing in also in Inkscape. I show you in GIMP and now in Inkscape. Well, we paste the image. Oops. Oh, that is something that happens here. Copy image, and it's going to paste the Cucaracha. I don't know, it's kind of bug or something, but let me check if I can fix it. Ctrl C V. Just trying to copy, paste, paste. Now, so we just save the image. Oh, sorry, this is from another thing. And we just open in the folder. Well. Here we have this thing. Yeah. Let's check if it's working or not, or maybe it's my Inkscape. It is too much information. Yeah, it is huge. Thank you. Okay, now we need to scale this beautiful thing. Okay, we're going to use here first. Let's just get what we need. This part. It's like making a mask, I guess. It's way. Don't worry about the color. This part. I guess that's okay. Now, you just take the basic shape, and then you just select both the image and this kind of vector that we make with this or with this one. Then we're going to go to object, and we're going to call it apply, and that's it. And we clean it. It was really fast because it is just a circle. Okay, now we just change the size of this thing. Maybe, remember, we need to have it like using these sizes, the other ones, maybe 256. It will be okay, times 256. Ooh, yeah, we have it here, 256 times 256. Now we go to file, export, then you just check that it's okay. You go to your folder. I go to my folder. It is here in documents, App Inventor, what was the name of this thing? Smash Me, and we call it Silver Cover. It was the name, right? Oh, don't worry. And then you just select export, and hopefully this thing we have now the silver. Now we're going to go to App Inventor and we're going to import these files. We're going to upload the first one. Sorry, renders, Papa App Inventor, Smash Me, and we're going to upload these kind of transparent things. We upload Cucaracha. Also, it's important to check in my tutorial that I mentioned, the one about best practices, how to reduce the size of your graphics. Okay, it's always a good idea, but in this case I'm not making that part. Okay, I'm just uploading this thing. We have Cucaracha, that Cucaracha, silver, and this is from the demo that I had at the beginning of the demonstration. No, about just the demo. Okay, well, now we need to assign this Cucaracha sprite. It has to be, we go here, you select Cucaracha sprite, and then you go here to picture. It has to be Cucaracha. Okay, quite big. Then you select spawner, or this thing that it will be like a silver cover, picture, silver cover, and that's it. Now, another thing that I have to show you. In this case, it's perfect. Okay, so silver is over Cucaracha. But what if you want it in the opposite way? Well, what about if we select Cucaracha and we change the Z and we change it to, let's give a higher number. It can be 2, but let's use 5. Now silver, it will be over this thing. Okay, if you have multiple files or sprites, okay, you can like layer them, okay, in order. For example, no, you know what, my silver is more important, and I have like 10 cockroaches, okay, and cockroaches can have like 1, 2, or just the 1, it's okay. But maybe if cockroach has 5, I can set it to 6 in this case, for example, that it's bigger than 5, and now see what it's over. Okay, but in this case we just have 2 graphics. Okay, but we can set this one to 1 and this one to 2. Okay, that is the way, because sometimes we have this problem that one thing is over the other one. So cockroach has to be underneath this thing. Well, now I guess we have almost everything to start with the app. Well, let's go to screen. Background image, maybe we can add maybe a texture or something like from like pavement or something, but later. Let's portrait, not scrollable, title, La Cucaracha ya no puede caminar. Well, that's it. I guess we have La Cucaracha. Well, let's start with the blocks. Okay, well, now in this case I need to start checking what are the initial values. The first thing that you have to do when you are planning your game or this thing, it is to resize everything. Okay, you have to resize. To resize, well, you need to think about, the easiest way is to think about percentage. Okay, so what percentage of the screen your image will be using. Okay, talking about the width and the height. Okay, and to do that we're going to make some procedures, some very simple procedures using the size of the canvas or the screen. Okay, remember, canvas, it is using all the screen that it's possible to use. Okay, so in that case we're going to use some values from here. Let's create a procedure. Okay, this procedure, it will make resize everything, so let's call it resizing. Okay, we're going to use first, we're going to resize Cucaracha. okay, Cuca width and height. So if you remember from Inkscape, we have the value of the Cucaracha, it was like this, okay, it was the double in width, okay, the double of the height, okay, so that this is very convenient, because if you have here, let's suppose the value is 4 here, oh, so big, we know that the value of this thing, it is equals to this, the width, divided by 2, or the opposite, if you say that this value is 4 or 3 or whatever, let's call it, this is 6, let's suppose this is 6, well, we know that this is the double, so it is the height times 2, okay, so height times 2, it is equal, is the width, okay, so if we call it like a formula or something, the width it is, or if you prefer, you can divide, okay, for the height. Well, this is just a pretty simple concept. So let's use that thing. Okay, we know that the height, it is the double. Okay, so it is the double. It is the half of the width. So let's start first. Let's set the value for this guy. So we're going to use the value of the canvas. Canvas, height. So now we're using all the possible space. No, we need to make it like a percentage, remember? So for that we're going to multiply this value. Okay, so the canvas height. Okay, I want to use my Cucaracha, maybe something like, if we are talking about a big screen, maybe like the 10% or less. Okay, the 10% of the height of the screen. Okay, I guess it is less, but let's try the 10%. To do the 10%, you are not going to multiply by 10. You are going to multiply this thing times 0.1. That is 10% in this case. If you want to multiply this by the 50%, it is 0.5. Okay, or the 3%, it has to be 0.03. This is the 3%. Okay, well, now let's say that I want it to be just the 10% of the height. Well, let's check this thing, but first, before we do that, this procedure, remember that the width, what happened with the width of the cookies, of the Cucaracha? Well, for the width, we know that this is the double of the height of the cookie. So we go for the actual value that we have scale, and we multiply this times 2, because the height, the width, it is equals the double of the cookie height. Now we are going to check if the procedure is working. We just call it here and we just do it to see, and that's it. It looks pretty good. I guess it looks pretty good. Maybe smaller, but maybe like 7%. Okay, what is 7%? It is 0.7 or 0.07. Great, 0.07. It was like in go, Diego, go. I guess it looks okay. So check, I am scaling in the right proportion. Okay, so I guess yes, that's okay. Now the sewer, let's scale the sewer. If you want, you can try to scale the sewer, okay, before you watch the video as a challenge, because I am taking some courses and they have some kind of challenges. Okay, so try to scale the sewer before I do it, and I wait for you. Nah, just pause the video if you want. If not, that's okay. Well, just to remember something, the sewer, it is not like a rectangle, it is a square. Okay, so it has the same value in the height and the width. Okay, so we just need to calculate this one, duplicate, and we are going to change it to spawner because I'm lazy to make it again. Well, we have the spawner of this kind of sewer thing, and we are going to set it 7%. It's okay, I don't know, but then we need to duplicate this one because this is the height. The width, we change it here, we remove this guy, and we're going to use this. I'm going to make it from here because you know sometimes you get confused. We need the width, the height. We know this is a square, so it has to be the same value in the height that we calculate here, and the other one is not necessary to calculate, just copy, and you have a square. Now let's check how does this thing look. Do it. Ooh, pretty small. In this case we can set it to, what about the 15%? We call it, do it, no, maybe 30%. The 30%, do it, looks much better. What do you think? I guess it's okay, so maybe 35. It's a big sewer, sorry my pronunciation guys. Now again let's go to Inkscape just to remember something. Here, as I told you before, the position, the 0 position is here. This is the 0 position here in this corner, okay, of the graphic. So something like this. Okay, this is the origin of the image. So when we place it, we want to think about that. Why? Because I am planning to center my graphic also. If I am planning to center my graphic in the middle of the screen, well, if I center like this, it will be like this because this is the position. So what do we need to do? First, we check where is the half of the screen, talking about the X and the Y. So here is this point. Let's suppose this is the point. And then we need to change this. For example, if you say, I don't want it to be here, I want to move it like that. Okay, so I want to change the position over here. So maybe we need to here subtract the half of the image, the size of the width of the image, and also here in this case we need to move it here, so upwards. So you have to subtract also the height of the half of the image. Why? To center this thing here. Okay, well, I will explain you that thing, or it's better to see that thing over here now. So now we have resizing, and let's make everything together, and placing. So let's set the original placing for Cucaracha and spawner. First the spawner, because this thing goes in the middle of the screen. So to set it in the middle of the screen, well, let's use again, we go here and we need to the X. Let's center this thing. So we have to center in the half of the canvas. So for that we need the size of the width because it's in X axis, and we're going to divide it by 2. Let's see what happens. Divided canvas divided by 2. Let's see what happens. Do it. It is not in the center. Well, the point is here. It is in the center, right? In the X. But see where it is not like that. We need to subtract this value now. This value minus. Okay, this value minus, I'm not sure if it is going to work, minus just the half of the width of the sewer. So we need the width of the sewer. Let's use this one, duplicate this one and change it to width divided by 2. Let's see if this is working properly. No, sorry guys. It is almost 6 in the morning. Do it. And it looks in the middle. Okay, talking about the width. Okay, now it is in the correct position. Why? Because we check to position this thing. First, we check where is the middle part of the canvas. Talking about the width, and then we just subtract because the coordinate or the origin of the silver is here. So we need to subtract, move it to this part, okay, just by the half of the width. And for the other one, try to make it for the Y position, okay. So it is another challenge for you, okay. So position this silver in the Y axis. I wait for you, or just pause the video. Well, that's enough time, guys. We duplicate this guy, we change it to Y, and we are talking about Y, so we use in this case a height. Now we divide it by 2, that's perfect, and then we do the same thing. Not the width, well, the width and the height is the same, but just remember just to make it here. Okay, we divide it by 2. Let's see what happens if we do that. And that's it. It was quite correct. Okay, it was like positioned correctly, and now it is in the middle. Now Cookie or Cuca needs to be in the correct size. Okay, for Cuca we're going to make this, and you know what, first let's change the background image to something gray to make it look like this, or maybe darker gray. Check, well, this is not in the original position. Why? Because we need to collect, okay, the procedure that we just create. Okay, so for example, check over there, we just do it, and that's it. This is the original position for the silver and the scale. Now we need to position the Cucaracha in the original. The first position, it has to be in the middle, okay, and we are going to do the same thing as we did with the spawner. So what if we just duplicate these things, these values, and we change from spawner from Cuca sprite, and we duplicate this one, and let's see what happens. And we are going to change it to Cuca sprite. Then we do the procedure just to check it in the companion, and that's it. Why? Because here we are using the values from spawner. Okay, so that's why when you change these things, you have to be very careful that you are changing everything. Okay, now it is Cuca sprite. Let's do it again. We cannot see anything, but we have to disappear this guy. Let's see, where are you? Visible spawner to false. Let's just remove it just to see if this Cucaracha is in the center. Yes, it is in the center. Okay, well, we just make the magic appear this guy. Okay, and these are the initial values. Now we need to load this procedure. Sorry if this is not very complete here. I will reduce the size of this companion just to you to have a better idea with App Inventor. Here, well, this procedure that is resizing, we are going to insert it, but as I told you, sometimes you have problems, or I have problems, okay, while we are using this kind of while I'm using these images and scaling, because sometimes App Inventor, it doesn't have the time to make everything, okay, maybe because graphics are sometimes difficult to handle. So, well, let's check, let's refresh the screen. I change in the initialize, I say, okay, you know, while we initialize the screen, I want you to resize everything. Okay, so let's go here, let's resize this thing, and let's refresh the screen. I'm going to use this thing, so slide. Oh, look, we are going to see an ad in 10 seconds. That's perfect. Well, it's okay. In this moment, it's perfectly placed. Well, Now, well, this add says hello to you, and that's it. Well, now what's we need to work with the animation and this thing. That's the easiest part, I guess. It is not very complicated at the beginning. Okay, so well, we have placed everything, and we need to move now our Cucaracha. For that thing, we're going to create another procedure. I am creating procedures because it is easier to have this block here and then just hide it or put it over here, instead of having this thing here in the screen. Initializes a big block. Okay, so it is better to have this thing. Okay, and I can call this procedure in other things with a button or something. Okay, just by adding this thing. So that's why we are using procedures. They are very convenient. Well, let's create another procedure. Okay, that it's moving Cuca. Okay. Well, the first thing to start this is well, we need to think that Cuca needs to move. Okay, so and maybe Cuca, oh sorry, is S. Well, Cuca needs to move, and for that we can use just the speed. Okay, if we set the speed to check heading, it's 0. Okay, so if we change the speed to, what is the speed, to 2, Cuca, it will move to the right, I guess. Yeah, let's check that beautiful Cuca, and stops because it is in the border of the, or the edge of the screen. We're going to fix that thing, okay, because I have some ideas. I hope this is not taking too much, but guys, it's important to see all the procedure. Okay, well, now we have here Cuca. Okay, Cuca, it is moving, but now we want to change the direction. When we reach the edge, any edge, we want to change the heading, and also we want to change the speed maybe. But if we change the heading here, let's change it to 90. Let's see what happens. Remember, it has the same speed. Now it is here. It is 0, 90, 180, and then you go here, minus, and then you go to 360. Okay, what about minus 90? Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, well, that is just to explain you. Let's set the original position 0, and then we are going to move Cuca to different places when we reach this thing. But first, let's think about, we reach this part, okay, the edge, the limit of the screen or something, or the canvas. That's more correct. Okay, now you need to do this. Okay, we need to change the position from here to the spawner again. Okay, to the center of this, and for that we can use some of the blocks that we have here. Okay, this one we were using. We duplicate this one that it was to center Cuca, and this one to center Cuquita in the y-axis, because we want to reset the original thing, and going here, and that's going over and over and over. Okay, so now this is the first part. Now let's check what happens if we insert this in this. Let's go here to Cuca sprite, and let's look for edge reach. What happens when we reach an edge? Well, we are going to call this procedure moving Cuca. What happens? It reach, and then it goes again. Oh, she's very shy. It's very slow now, just to see, to show you how to see this effect. Now, how to make it more interesting? Well, only going here, 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 here. Okay, this is not moving Cuca. Let's call it another way. Okay, so reset Cuca position to make it more meaningful. Okay, well, now Cuca is here. it's going. Now we want Cuca, the first thing, to change the speed. Okay, now I don't want Cuca now to be 2. What if we change the speed, adding here Cuca sprite and adding a random value? So let's change the Cuca speed, and let's go here in math, let's go for random integer, and the speed maybe from 7 to 10 or 20. I like 20, very fast Cuca. So it is now moving using different speeds. Okay, that's okay. Maybe not 7, maybe 10. So not to make it more interesting, and that's it. But now why? What happens? It is just going to the right. Well, we need to change the heading. Remember the heading that I showed you? Okay, so we want to change the heading to different positions. For example, 45. Well, we want to change it not only to 45. How to make that? Well, again, we are going to use random. So now we are going to go here to Cuca again, and we are going to check heading. Now we're going to set the heading to a random value. We duplicate, and remember, the values are from 0 to 360. Okay, so values from 0, I guess it's okay. I'm not sure. Let's check what happens. And that's really good. What do you think? And it's pretty simple to make. Okay, now that is something extra here. I just can tell you, well, that's okay, that's perfect. But if you see, when it's getting or reaching the edge, it looks like just disappearing. Okay, so why not going more? Okay, until it finishes its path. Well, to do that, we are going to change another thing that I need to explain you in Inkscape again. Sorry for this, but it's just to make it look better. Well, here in our Inkscape thing, we are going to check this. We have the screen of the device. Okay, so let's duplicate this thing. Let's move it over here. Let's move this guy here. So let's change it to make it not very confusing. I have the screen. Okay, this is the screen of the device. Now the canvas is inside the screen, but the screen is just the thing that you just can see. But there is something good. The canvas can be bigger than the screen. Let's suppose that this is my canvas, and canvas, it is here, it is behind the canvas, it is behind my screen. So we can make canvas bigger. Why? Because if we have, where are you, Cookie? Cookie. Oh, but this is just, oh, let's destroy this guy. Let's suppose that we have Cookie here, and this goes here, and then we have this thing. Sorry, because Cuca is moving, not moving here. Control X, Control B, and that's it. Well, we have the screen, and when Cuca gets the limit of the screen, disappears and goes to the sewer. Okay, boom, disappears, boom, disappears. But what if we make it bigger, the canvas, just to give the illusion that Cuca goes over there? For example, here. We are not seeing here Cuca because it is in the part that we cannot see in the screen, because screen, this is just this part that we can see, but canvas, it's bigger than screen. But if we want, or we set it at the beginning. Okay, so that's it, we change it here. So that's, we are going to make the canvas bigger. Well, to make that, okay, it is important to have this thing. We want to make it one screen bigger. So instead of having the size of the screen, we want it to be the double of the in this case the width. Okay, so if we have the width, we want it to be like this, two screens of width. And then when we center, if we center this in the screen, see where it will be like here, because the size of the canvas will be like 2 times the screen. Okay, yes. Then also for the height, we don't want it to be like the 2 screens, that's too much. But maybe if we increase this, okay, like not like the 50% of the height of this thing, just to center and to have here like 1/4 and 1/4, okay, we can make it so. In this case, just keep in mind this thing. We're going to make the canvas the double of the width and 50% higher. Okay, so let's make that, or try to make that, because I haven't tried it. Okay, I didn't do it in my other app, but just to make it more interesting. The first thing, we are going to add this in this one, the resizing. The first thing, we need to resize over these things. Remember, App Inventor is doing this first, then it has an order. Okay, so the first thing, it's important to resize the canvas before anything. So we're going to set the canvas width 2 times the screen. Okay, 2 times. So we need the width of the screen. So check, this is from the screen, the value of the screen, not the canvas. Okay, remember, screen is the visible part. Okay, so this is what we can see in our device, on our cell phone. But canvas, it can be, maybe it's larger, is like from here to here. We want that. Okay, another thing, let's go here to screen before that, and we are going to center in the horizontal thing. We are going to center, and also in this part. This is important because it's going to be bigger. Okay, it's going to be bigger. That's why. Check. This is what I told you. Okay. Well, don't worry. We're going to fix that thing. Okay. Well, we have the width of the canvas. It has to be like that. It has to be the double. So we're going to multiply this by 2 times 2. The width. So the width of the canvas, it has to be the screen 2 times. And we're going to center that. And then the height. For the height, we just want the 50%. So in that case, to get the 50% of the height, so let's change to high. So the height of the screen. Okay, so the visible part, this larger part, it has to be just the 50%. For the 50%, we can use 0.5. And then we are going to refresh everything to see what happens. We just fill something to refresh the screen, and that's it. Okay, but check, it is not like centering this thing. Okay. Oh, sorry. Here is just this is the canvas. It is just the half, okay, of the screen. That's my mistake. Now it is the double of the width, okay, of the screen. Yes, that's okay. But I reduce this part. This because we need to use the increase this thing. Duplicate the total size of the height plus 50% more. Okay, now let's refresh this. Sorry. Yeah. And now it's using that thing. And just check. Cucaracha disappears. Hey, right. Hey, Edward, why is not like centering this thing? Why? That's a good question, because I don't know. Let's check if we can refresh this thing. Do it again. Do it. It is trying to resize based on this. Now screen is bigger. Okay, so check, screen is bigger. So now it has to, because we were using the screen, or the size of the canvas, I guess the space that it was using to resize Cucaracha and this thing. Okay, now it is bigger, so it looks bigger. So now we are going to reduce this thing. Okay, so Cucaracha, the height, it is using the 7%. What about if we use just the 3%? Okay, we just modify this because the other one is just a double. Okay, so no problem. And also for the spawner, it is 35, maybe the 10%. Now let's do again this procedure. It looks better, but I guess Cucaracha a little bit. Let's change here for Cucaracha sprite to 40%, 4%, sorry. And for our friend Sewer, let's set it to 14%. Okay, and then we do this procedure. Only looks much better. And now check. This is what I want. I like. Now it is going over there and disappears. Okay, because the screen is bigger. It looks more natural. Now there is a problem that I wanted to show you. It's perfect because check. I refresh the screen, but App Inventor is not making everything. It's just make like resizing the canvas. It was okay for it, but it has problems to place the sewer, okay, in the original position. To fix that, we can do this. Sorry if we are going to add a sensor that it's a clock, and the clock, it has to be like, let's set it to 45. Then we just timer enable, we leave it enabled, and we are going to make this thing. We are going to insert this procedure because we want to repeat it like 2 or 3 times to make sure it is complete. It is done completely by App Inventor. Okay, so in here in clock, set the clock, and we are going to add this procedure over here. Okay, but we are going to add a condition. We don't want to run this loop for the eternity, just 3 times. Okay, just to make sure everything, or 3 or 4 times to make sure. For that, we are going to create a variable, and we are going to call it counter loading. Okay, it will run this test. Okay, and we are going to set it to 0, and we're going to, if the counter loading, okay, this thing, it is less than 5, well, we want to continue making the loop because we're going to repeat this thing 5 times. Okay, just to make sure this is happening. When the clock ends its cycle, it will make the procedure, but also it will increase the variable. Okay, to stop it here, let's check it here. So if this value is smaller than 5, it's smaller because it starts in 0, we're going to increase it. So it will create a loop just 4 or 5 times. Okay, so we're going to increase this value by 1. So every time we finish the clock ends its cycle, in this case the cycle it's really fast, it is 45 milliseconds or something. Okay, it will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it will do this. And then if this value it is more than 5, okay, we are going to disable this clock because it is not necessary, it has worked, and that's it. So let's go here, timer enable, and we're going to disable the clock, and let's refresh the screen to see what happens around, and that's it. And clock is disabled right now. Okay, Cucaracha is changing. Now what's next for you? Well, you can add why we didn't change the color? Because I changed the screen, no, the canvas. Oh, the canvas is different, remember? Let's change it to light gray to see how does this thing look. Oh, looks better. Or maybe gray looks better, and it doesn't look better, but well, that's okay. Okay, well guys, I don't know, but I think silver looks okay. And now we need something else very fast. What if I touch my Cucaracha? Because we're missing many things. I guess the tutorial is taking too much. Okay, so maybe we can continue with this. Okay, it's a big tutorial, so remember. So let's now call it this. When edge is reached, we call reset the position. Also, what happens when we touch Cuca? For that, we're going to go here to Cuca sprite, and we are going to use here this one that it says touch. Touch. When we touch this thing, we want to reset the position of Cuca. Duplicate. Okay, so let me check if I can touch it. That's it. It is like killing it. Maybe you can add a sound like we're going to make it, don't worry. So every time now we need to remember this smash image. Why before the smash image we can add an extra sprite, and we can call it the name. We're going to call it smash sprite. This smash sprite, it is for picture that Cuca. Disgusting. Now we need to obviously we need to scale it and these things. Okay, we go to the blocks, and also we need to hide it because at the beginning we don't want to see it, so we hide it. And then every time we touch this thing, okay, just let's go to position. Let's go to oh, come on, don't tell me that. Sorry guys, sorry. Wow, cell phone is tired. Also my cell phone is not working correctly because battery is almost dead. So guys, please, that's why you have to help me in my Patreon page, or just watching my videos and sharing my videos. That makes a lot for me. Well, let's go here, and then we go here to CVWBAC. That's fine here. Well, we have it over there. Now we need to resize this beautiful smash sprite. To do that, we want it to be the same size of Cuca. We duplicate the Cuca sprite position. No, sorry. So let's remove this. Sorry. This is just the position, not the the Cuca sprite values. So let's duplicate Cuca sprite height, and let's duplicate Cuca sprite width and change it to smash sprite, and it will have the same size, because remember we did it the same size. Now let's think about this. I kill this guy, and when I kill this guy, I wanted to appear, when I touch this guy, I want it to appear the smash sprite. So we need to make it visible, but first we have to position it. So we need to position it in the touch part. Okay, I guess we can use the X and Y values from here. So let's use here this and duplicate this. We can just do things. Let me check if this is working with the other ones. If not, we are just trying it. Okay, so first we need to set it to the position, okay, when we touch it. So let's go here to X from the Cuca, and from the duplicate Y. So we wanted to copy before we reset the position. We wanted to set it in this position, and also we need the heading of the Cuca heading, and we're going to smash heading. We're going to set it here to Cuca sprite heading, and let's see what happens. Maybe I was too slow. But it's not visible, right? Sorry. Yes, I know. This tutorial looks like improvised. A little. True. It's because I didn't do a lot of these parts, okay? I just show you the basic part. Oh, there is a smash. That is not scaling. Well, that's okay. We need to scale it. Maybe because it was in the other part. Well, don't worry. We can just scale it. And for that part, this is not necessary also. So we need to smash. Duplicate this one because we're going to remove it from the original. And smash, duplicate this one. And we're going to remove from here. These are not necessary here. Sorry. Smash sprite, smash sprite. Now, these two procedures, we are going to insert them in another procedure to make it less awful, the blocks. Okay. So here, when we click, we want to resize Cuca here in touch, and also we're going to insert all of these things. Okay, here. These blocks that I have for smash, we're going to insert them in procedure, and we're going to call it smashed sprite. Okay, the smash sprite, and we're going to insert it. The first thing that we are going to do is the heading, the position, okay, and maybe the height. So let's check if this is the correct way. I guess we're going to set it first visible. And then we are going to change everything, the size first, and then we go for the heading, and then we do for the position. Okay, so let's see if this is working. So when we touch Cuca, oh, sorry, and now we need to, not reset position. Well, we have reset position, and then we need smash sprite procedure. Let's see. Where are you? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. And it looks okay. So it will keep the image over there until we smash another cockroach. And this has to be okay. Remember the order of the layers. What happens if another one passes over here? Well, we need to be the cockroach, it has to be over the smash thing. So smash sprite, it has to be a z value of 1. Spawner Cuca, it's okay, it has to be 3 because it's over everything. And Cuca sprite, it has to be 2, just to avoid any problems with the smash thing, smash graphic. I know it looks a little small, this image, and you can disappear this thing using a clock. Okay, you say okay, 2 seconds and disappear this graphic, and that's it. But I guess it looks okay to have this thing. Check. That's okay. Beautiful. Well, not that beautiful, but I guess it's pretty cool. Okay. My kids love this kind of games when you smash things. And maybe you can add a second cockroach. Okay, you just copy the things for this cockroach and make a different cockroach. Okay, I guess we're not going to make that, but check, we have a very simple and decent game. Then you can add the values or this, okay, and check cockroach is disappearing. Okay, this is another thing. Now, if you check the cockroach, it looks like tuk, 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 tuk. We are going to change the interval, okay, to make it smoother. Oh, and add. Wait for the ad. Well, go to Cook Sprite and we are going to change the interval. Okay, well, we're going to have something like 24 frames per second. Okay, so we can use here a value about 45. You wanted to have it quite smooth. Wait. Sorry for this ad. Okay, please go and download War Robots. And that's all. Check. It looks smoother. What do you think? Pretty cool, right? Now, there is another thing that you can add, okay, to make it more interesting, this game. You can add something like maybe a little animation for the Cucaracha, but I don't know if we have time. We have too much for this tutorial. Okay, well, you can make this. You can duplicate this layer in GIMP. Duplicate this layer, and then you can change, for example, the legs. Okay, to cut the legs and rotate the legs or something like that. For example, if I add this thing here, I can cut it and then I paste it on a new layer and I paste it here and I move it. So what is the original one? Let me check what is the original. Well, the original is here. So maybe if the leg is moving, now maybe the leg will rotate the leg. Oh, sorry. Rotate the leg like that. Rotate, and you rotate the leg and you change all the legs, and then you can have like an animation or something. For example, like this, you move it and you save this Cucaracha, and you can have two Cucarachas. Okay, maybe you have been thinking, well, why not right now? Oh yeah, maybe this is huge tutorial. Okay, so let's make it. I hope it's not taking too much. So let's use here the no, I don't want to cut your. Select nothing. Let's go here. Let's go here. X. Paste. New layer. Rotate. Oh, maybe this one rotates over here. I don't know how Cucaracha walk. Okay. Maybe we do the same for the other one. Well, we got Cucaracha here. This poor Cucaracha. No. Cucaracha. XV. Control XV. Then we rotate. We move it behind this thing. And then we move it over here. Just a little, very simple animation. Okay, and then we go here and we cut. Maybe this is not a very nice video for cockroaches. We cut, paste, we order the layers. Here we rotate, and we rotate this in this part. Now we check our cockroach. It looks like different. Yeah, it looks like different. Now maybe this part, it has to move. Maybe the head. Maybe the head. I don't know, maybe we can rotate the head. I was lazy to create another layer. and maybe we just rotate the head a little bit more. And maybe the graphic doesn't look so perfect. We place it and we change, select nothing. Oh, sorry, to make a new layer. And we hide this guy. Yeah, I changed a little bit. Okay, maybe these ones, these legs, these sexy legs. We move it from here. We rotate. Maybe this one, and it has to be the same size, right? New layer, and we put it here, and the original is over there. Oh, it doesn't look very natural. And move. Yeah, it moved. Now it is smooth tool. We select the original layer, Cucaracha, and always keep original layer. Okay, just in case you mess or destroy something. We move this handsome leg, this sexy leg, sorry, over here. We check with the original. Yeah, it looks like movement or something. Maybe not, but just to give this kind of illusion. Okay, so we have this, and maybe I guess that's okay. Now we check that we have everything that is necessary. Head, legs, everything looks okay, and we export over there. You can create here. If you click, you can say, for example, you select, you say new from visible, and it creates the new Cucaracha, and you can hide everything, and then you compare with the other one that is over here. I don't know, maybe it's not like an animation, but it gives an illusion because it's really fast, the action, remember. So let's export this second Cucaracha. Export Cucaracha as Cuca1. Let's call it Cuca2 or Cuca1. Cuca1. Yeah, Cuca1. Cuca1. Export. That's it. Now let's see if this is working like the way I want. Let's upload the file. Let's set it here, Cuca1. It is the one that we just created, that it's quite different. And that's it. We go to blocks, and now we need to set, we are going to add a simple clock. This is sensors. We go to the clock, and this clock we are going to rename it to any clock, the animation. Okay, and we're going to set it like, I guess 1 second, no, 1 second now. It is like, maybe something like 350, enable, blocks, then we go to the clock, to the any clock, Cuca1, 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 Cuca1. And check. Well, this is the final part, okay, to make your game more interesting. Okay, we're going to add this very simple sound when you smash this thing. And to do that, we're going to record this thing. Not very fancy. Okay, and then we just check the noise effect, then reduction of noise, get the profile, select everything, and then we just go to reduction noise here. That's it, no noise. Now we just need to modify these things. Okay, compression, that's it. Equalize, maybe here I use this, you can use this thing. Then we go here, equalize bass boost, and then we go equalize treble boost. That's it. Again, check if you have noise, reduction of noise, profile, select everything, noise reduction, and that's it. You have pretty nice sounds for this thing. It's okay. Maybe this one. Okay, maybe we can add here export selection, and we go here to App Inventor, which is this one. Now this is another folder that I have. Libraries, documents, Papa, and that's it. We go here to App Inventor, smash. Oh, this is another one. Sorry, that was the original. Smash me, and well, it's okay. So let's set it to 1.1 wobbly. Maybe another one. I like this one to have some variety. Export selection to export, yeah, and maybe the first one. Export selection 3. Now we are going to add the sounds very fast. Okay, we close this thing. It's unnecessary, and then we import sounds we just created very fast. Okay, as you check, I just use my microphone, normal microphone from my laptop, and that's it. We go here, and finally we go for 3. So we want to use these 3 sounds. Okay, now for the sounds we're going to make another procedure to select or to pick a random thing. Okay, I guess just to make it simple, we're going to make a list. Initialize this sounds list, or smashing sounds list, smashing sounds list, and we are going to create we can add here empty list, or we just add this thing in list, make list, and we just add the 3 names of the files. In this case we have 1, 2, and 3, and these are WAVs, remember. 1.wav, duplicate 2, and finally duplicate this one. Okay, we are almost finishing this long tutorial. Well, now we're going to we want to play these sounds when we touch this thing. Okay, so when we touch the when someone smash a cockroach, we want to play the sound. For that we need to add here in this part, we're going to go for media, and then for a sound we drag it, and we set it to 100, and the original source, let's set it to 1, doesn't matter, and then we're going to play this sound. Okay, but we're going to play, we want to play a random. Okay, so we're going to say we want to pick a random item. Okay, so we're going to call it, we have the list. Okay, so now if we want if we have the list, now we need to create a variable for the current sound. Okay, so let's call it current sound. At the beginning we set it to an empty thing, and current sound, it will change every time we smash this guy. We're going to set it to a random item from the list. Which list? The smashing sound list. And we're going to play this thing, the sound one play. Okay, so we go to sound, set the source. The source for this, it will be this one. Oh guys, don't worry, Intel, it is supporting. It's not supporting us. Then we go here, and that's it. So the global current sound, it is from a random item. It will get from the list. So 1 or 2 or 3 WAP, and we're going to set it this as a random thing, as the source for the sound one, and then we're going to play it. Let's see if we can. Oh, sorry, it's because we haven't loaded the values. Okay, so let's go here. Let's refresh the screen. That is another thing that we need to make. But don't worry. Let me check if this is working. If not, we have to fix. Oh, well, it's not playing it, this thing. Unable to play this thing. Why? Because I am adding the list as a source. It's not the list, it's the current sound. It's a time, sorry. Let me check if we have volume or something. Oh, but it's in the cell phone, sorry. But yes, but it sounds. Let's refresh everything. Oh, we almost finished, please. Okay, let's go again. This is just the last part, guys. For F W M enter now, sorry. Connect. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So we are almost finishing, guys. Really thank you for watching this tutorial. It was very long, I know, and maybe you say, oh, some parts were not necessary, but I guess yes, right? Oh, they are very fast. Oh, I am very slow. Oh yeah, sound. I am terrible. This over there. Okay, well, I guess that's all. Okay, then the next part is just to add the lives, or maybe to add some other things, or maybe make it more interesting. Okay, I don't know, better graphics, change the background. Okay, but I guess this is the basic stuff. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Okay, I'm not suffering a lot, because sometimes I know I take too much time to explain some concepts. Okay, but I guess you can make some very interesting things. Okay, not only insects, you can add more cockroaches. Okay, or insects, or different insects, or an insect that you can smash. Okay, because if you smash it, it will take a life from you. Okay, I don't know, there are many things that you can do. Okay, maybe I will make another video, okay, just to add the counter, okay, the lights, score, another cockroach, and one other insect that it's not bad, maybe a ladybug, okay, that we don't want to smash the ladybug. Okay, so, well, that's all. Okay, please guys, help me sharing this video with someone who's learning App Inventor like me, like you. Okay, someone who's interested in these things. Okay, and please also check, if you have some time, okay, check my Patreon page. Okay, remember, I want to make this kind of videos more frequently. Okay, and I want to make this as a full-time job, but well, it is not possible yet. Okay, well, so I will see you next time. Okay, please check the links. Okay, I have other things. Okay, if you want the source files of this thing, okay, you can get it, or also check in the Patreon page. Okay, so well, I guess that's all for today. Okay, thanks for being here. Okay, in this very long tutorial. I will see you next time. My name is Eduardo. Okay, so see you next time. This was a very long tutorial.